Yeah, sorry, I'm not sorry. I like a really but more insane. Should I try again? But now my heart is still beating. I'm feeling, oh let go. Shall be memory. Don't stay too far away. Somebody's on the line, one day. Don't stay too far away. Somebody's on the line, one day. Somebody's on the line, one day. No, I know the progress. Who wants it to go whatever? And live your life forever. This place, heart is in the well. She won't let me live. Surely, money. Time to give it wrong. We'll be Yes, karibuni sana family to another beautiful episode right here on the media of the 21st century. This is the Black Hot Fire Network. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday, an easy one. Whether you are at work, at home, thank you so much for choosing the Black Hot Fire Network radio station as your number one radio. Karibuni sana. It's exactly 7 minutes to 1 p.m. And I see K. Williams in the building. Shout out to Mr. Black Hot Fire. Shout out to you there on TikTok. That is Nairobi Mziki. Shout out to Ding Dong. Karibuni sana, and Trevor who's also live with us on our radio station and also on the website and on the TV. Karibuni sana. In case you're here and you're wondering how can I get to all those rest of the platforms mentioned, if in case you're listening to or streaming to one of them, it's very easy. Just go to the Google Play Store, download our app if you are using an Android phone. If you're using an iPhone or any Apple device, kindly log in through our website. That is the www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Shout out to you, K. Williams. Karibu sana. Free you. Hope you're doing amazing. I don't know if you're already at work, but you're saying free job. You just got to work. What's new today? Yes. Thank you so much for letting me know. Today we shall be talking about the Senegalese president. Yesterday, we did speak a little bit about the prime minister. That is Osman Sonko, and he did go to Mali. That is for him to have a talk with the Niger, not the Niger, but the Mali junta, and literally all the juntas for them to come back to the ECOWAS bloc. And remember that the three countries or the three Alliance Sahel state, literally they did withdraw from the ECOWAS bloc because it's not doing the purpose of what it is supposed to do, which is, of course, serving the needs of the people. We see them actually much more focused about what the Western powers actually need. So today we can see there is actually a planned demonstration coming from Senegal, where there is actually a media outreach, and the Senegalese have staged a blackout day that was yesterday to protest the government crackdown, where they say that they did target them directly and they aim at curtailing the press freedoms in the West African country. And my question of today is, will Senegalese president actually survive the courage of the people? Because personally, I was so happy when this guy came to power. I was like, another country, that is the fourth one. And within time, we're going to be actually finding ourselves all united, forming an all African Union, another organization, not the one we have. But it seems that actually this is already a bought country. The youngest president currently right now in Africa has already been taken away during his inauguration. Remember, Tinubu was there, a couple of other puppet leaders. And before his inauguration, he was actually warned by the Niger junta, hey, come join us. We can help you. We can see the direction you have for the people, which is not actually him. It was Osman Sonko. So that is what we shall be discussing about today. Senegal, will the president survive the courage of the people? Because you already actually are denying people the right to express themselves. What do you expect? Rasike William says, about time you show up to work. Yes, and I also see you saying that let me start my day. I will be listening. Asante Sana. And also we shall be talking about what is happening, of course, with the USA, rather the US intervening in the situation currently going on in the Middle East. And they're saying that they're going to lower the temperature, and we shall see how. I'll be reading the article to take you guys through. We shall also see where in New Zealand there is some sweets that have been discovered. And this is not just in New Zealand, because how many do we have in Africa, or how many do we have globally of these sweets, candies that contain, that is a I can't even pronounce it, methamphetamine, methamphetamine, if I'm pronouncing correctly. Any scientist here, doctor, kindly pardon my pronunciation, but we shall be talking about where in New Zealand there was a distribution of a very dangerous sweet that actually can cause seizure. Seizure can also cause internal bleeding in the brain, and a lot of things actually. And these sweets actually were distributed to 400 people. And right now the police are doing a crackdown of tracing how this actually happened, and they're saying it happened unknowingly. It is crazy, but that is our top conversation for the day, and much more coming. Kindly stick till the end of the show as you get to see what we shall be discussing. I started with Tiwa Savage with an amazing jam over there, and of course we're getting back to one more. This is by the one and only Tony Rebel, one of my people. If Keith is here, you know he's hating. Enjoy the jam.
Enough time innocent people get in trouble, you know. I can do to prove to the old lady virgin that me and Stacy were just cool. John does not know it. So yeah, I swear there's nothing going on. To them I know sex has been always there to help me when I'm down. Worse when they see us holding hands and laughing together. Probably thinking we're making plans to run off together. Guessing we're just friends. They say I'm burning my lady. Some criticize and say we have make it kinda detail. They can't think we're just friends. They say I'm secretly loving you. Oh no. Them say we could have never lived so. I know to like one. Well, every time when I talk to a woman out there, everybody claims to be there with her. And if I open a door and pull out a chair, everybody claims to be there with her. Yeah, my quote of today says, you've been criticizing yourself for years. Has it worked? No, it hasn't. Try approving yourself and see what happens. And kindly stay positive all the time. Remember, what you feed your brain is whatever actually you bring to reality. Your brain creates your reality. So if you think about how poor you're scared to be poor, you're going to end up being poor. Instead, think about how wealthy you deserve to be, how opportunistic you are. Talk highly of yourself, talk highly of your presence, talk highly about everything about yourself. And that is my quote of today. Stay motivated, and of course have yourselves a beautiful day. And as we get to continue, of course, rather as we start with the conversation of the day, kindly give me a minute. All right. So as we start with the conversation of the day, I want to start, of course, with what is happening that is with the UN and the troubles that are currently going on in Africa. There has been a few countries that have been facing floods, and all the time, or usually, you really see the UN coming in and, giving us
all the how do I say, the numbers, the solutions, the Hegelian dialectic, literally. They come with the problems, they come up with the solution, and they still continue with the problems. It is just super crazy, because right now we can see the reports that came in today on the first conversation of the day today is that the UN has reported where 700,000 people have lost, or rather have been displaced because of floods. That is in the Central Africa and the western parts also of Africa. But I want to share this with you.
The floods currently affecting Central and West Africa have already impacted more than 700,000 people, according to a report from the United Nations office.
The number one question is, Sawa, fine, 7,000 people have been actually displaced, affected by floods. What has been done? Because this is the same thing we saw a few months ago during April, when we had floods right here in the 254. We had funds allocated actually a few months before even the floods, which was supposed to actually get us motorboats. The question is, where are those motorboats? Sakaja should be actually answering all these questions. Where is the funds? Where are the funds that were allocated for the motorboats? Why is it that we had so many people who lost their lives while we have Red Cross, we had funds set aside, and people could be given this job, trained on how, in case of this crisis comes, whether naturally or caused, because today they do control the weather, to help people during the floods. The question to the UN is, yes, you keep on giving us all these numbers, all these statistics, whatever you want to call them, but what have you done to help Africa? Nothing. They have done nothing to help African people. Instead, they actually do through the numbers, through the information. That is how they get to pave ways on how they can actually cause more displacement. Because no matter where you go seeking refuge, they're still gonna come to you. They're still gonna look for you. Interesting, the same situation happening right now in DRC Congo. We're talking about 8 million people right now who have been displaced because of war, because of the fight of resources, literally the scramble for resources and the land. But no matter where these people go seek refuge, they're still going to be followed. They're still hunted. Their houses are bombed. So how has the UN helped the African nations develop? There's no way, no how. Just like Ibrahim Traoré said, and we'll only see Africans or the African continent working, or if we really had African leaders who are really authentic. Number one thing, like I always say, is withdraw from all this organization. That is what Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali have done. Number one, withdrawing from all these fake organizations.
For the coordination of humanitarian affairs.
I mean, look at the crisis. Look at, this is Africa. And these are the images that have been showing for ages. Literally, for years, this has been a beneficial business of these images that are being shown globally to the world. How Africans are so poor, always flooded, always in drought. They always require aid. What about the part of blessings? That is the question I always ask. If it's not us ourselves showing the beauty of our continent, they will never. Look at the people. And there's a time we had jiggers a lot in Africa. I don't know if jiggers is still there. Maybe they changed the name because they always keep on coming up with different names. But this is because of stepping in dirty water like that without shoes.
The Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs is concerned about flooding in the region.
White people concerned about African people's lives. Why are you concerned?
Which has already affected hundreds of thousands of people.
Is that beneficial, or is that actually sympathetic to you? What is it?
Just 2 months into the rainy season, torrential rains and severe flooding have impacted more than 700,000 people in the Central African Republic, Chad, Cote d'Ivoire, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Liberia, Niger, Nigeria, Mali, and Togo.
Listen to the countries mentioned, okay? Listen to the countries mentioned. In Niger, We've not had the Niger. I've not seen anywhere where in Niger it's flooding. The media of Niger itself has not reported where they have lost few number of people due to floods. And if so, these people are so ready right now to help their people. As much as yes, it's gonna take time for people to catch up, for everything to actually catch up. But they don't want to see the loss of lives of any more of their people. That is Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. So Chad is mentioned, Mali is mentioned. I mean, Niger is mentioned. This is them trying to seek ways out there actually, because they're saying West Africa and Central Africa. In DRC, yes, I've seen it. That I'll testify. Literally, despite the war, there is crisis of literally floods. But the question is, what is this collection of data going to help you with? How is it helpful to you? Because it's only helpful to you, not to African people. And this is something I've hated about the media for the longest time. And if only people knew from the beginning, when we used to see these people come to the village, they ask you a question, collect your information, document you even without your approval, so that it can go benefit them of how Africa is suffering without bringing back help. If only for the longest time we knew what this was all about, the media always coming back to the village, collecting data, us telling the problems, and never coming back to bring help, we should have never allowed them. We should have never given them the chance. And that is the same thing I was even trying to break down some time back here. The reason why I enjoy what I do is because I can be able to go back to stories and tell the truth about them. I can follow up. But most of the mainstream medias, they'll cut, and I hate that. I've grown up hating this, and I still hate it. How they go to the villages collecting data, or even in the slums. When people are suffering, the media, the cameras, the microphones, everything is there. Your data is being collected. Your information is feeding literally the world, the negativities of the country and you as an African person. But never a solution is brought to you. Never do they come back to help. The people who come back to help actually is we, the people. For now and for once, I can see at least in Africa, there's an impact of celebrities, influencers. You're not just using your platform to become famous. When it comes to you, you want me to feed you the numbers, your views, but when it comes to me, you can't even try chipping. You're too special. I love to see the unity, literally, that especially for my country, Kenya is doing. And probably the rest of the African countries are following suit, because I saw that in Tanzania too. When a young guy was arrested, they actually chipped in, created a whole number, figured out the number they're going to send the money, and they released him. That is after him banning the picture of Samia Suluhu. So it goes back to us, all this, literally, as much as I'm complaining about the UN, it still comes back to us, African people. The dignity, again, understanding yourself again, who you are as an African person. And also we, as the awakening is happening, because I can't go back to the past, we know who we're dealing with. We can't allow them to feed off us, because that is what they do. There's no help they bring. This data collection of how many countries, and probably majority of it, is a lie. Because like I said, in Niger, there's nowhere where I've seen reports from the media of Niger, hey, we are actually facing floods. In Mali, the Senegalese prime minister was just there yesterday. I've not seen due to the weather was like this and like this. No. They control the information. They always want to run a narrative which always favors them. And right here is literally, let's come in with the aid. Oh, Africa needs help. But where does the money go? Because next we get into where the money goes.
The UN and our partners are supporting the responses by governments of the region, including with the distribution of food, shelter, and water and sanitation assistance. This year, the Central Emergency Response Fund allocated $10 million to Congo, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and Niger to respond to emergencies related to climate shocks, including floods.
Okay, so with that, in Niger, we remember we discussed that and we said that was a red flag, a big red flag of them taking that loan. But we went back to history and we saw that this was actually done and approved by the previous regime before the country was taken over by the current or being led democratically by the current leader, the junta of Niger. So that's what I'm saying. As much as and which is okay, because I always love understanding the fact that before the African countries rise, of course, there's going to be that, dropping little by little the needs we need from them, the help we need from them. But with some things, because we don't have them, which they have ensured we don't have them on purpose, will require some money. But that is actually coming to an end. Slowly.
Last Friday, the agency said the flood conditions in Sudan have.
In Sudan, look, and understand these are countries that are actually also going through a war. And make me understand these people are not manipulating the weather right now. DRC Congo is actually right now being exploited. The people, the children, are being given $2 after working so hard on mines that are not controlled nor run by their African puppets, so-called leaders. That is DRC Congo. Sudan, the same thing. In Chad, I'm not sure what is going on, but in every African country, there is literally always something happening. There is always something happening. But the question is, when will we be able to ever see this? Because this is just so crazy. This is literally them manipulating the weather right now. Because I was seeing China came up with now a drone that actually can create clouds and make it rain where they want it to. Okay? That is China. And of course, we know who funds China. We know who runs and controls China. But yes, they say that China came up with a drone that can create clouds and make it rain wherever they want and whenever they want. They, who are they? Huh? Who are the they? It's crazy. So this is literally, I feel like this is all weather manipulation. All this data collection, literally, majority of the countries mentioned it's not true. Majority of the countries also mentioned, I feel like it's them doing it because I'm like, hey, yo, the creator cannot just allow all these things to happen once at a time. There's people dying. And then at the same time, too, you want to tell me we're flooded? I mean, don't you really love us? Are we the worst? And of course not. So I feel like this is all weather manipulation, especially in DRC, Sudan. The rest of the countries, it's all them trying to seek ways of how they can get in. Let me finish up this one as we get to the next conversation.
Delivery of aid to areas where many are already facing hunger and famine. The agency said in a statement that at least 11,000 people in Sudan have been affected by the heavy rains and flooding.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that is what is happening currently right now in Africa. Majority of the countries, especially in the Central and the West African countries, where 700,000 people have been affected by floods. And according to everything I've said, take a deep thought about it. Take a deep thought about it, like, why just the countries that are actually going through war right now? And understanding that they do manipulate the weather. What are your thoughts regarding that? But I see K. Williams says, those devils do not care. They are the problem. Exactly. This is the Hegelian dialectic. That is, again, it applies right here where we can just see it. It is basically just applying right here in front of our very own eyes. But on to the next conversation as we talk about where does the money go? Because we'll see organizations, we'll see every time Africa is facing situations and problems, they come up with different ways of how they can help. But where does all these funds go? Where do all these funds go? Because majority of the funds actually even set aside for 1, 2, 3 things does not even go to the 1, 2, 3 things. But this is where it literally goes. Of course, we've seen and we are very aware of the war that has been going on in the Middle East. And we can see the US is claiming that they're going to lower the temperatures. And this is how they're saying that the US is aiming to turn the temperatures down in the Middle East. The country's ambassador to the UN has said. Again, the UN. These are the same people concerned about our African country. And yet they do support genocide of young children, mothers, people in the hospitals, and even the churches. They don't even care about their religion. Crazy. But the US is aiming to turn the temperatures down in the Middle East. The country's ambassador to the UN has given the information, and as fears of the Iran retaliatory attack on Israel loom. And we know, of course, what they are trying to do. And Keith has been here explaining it all the way down, the war they're trying to start in Iran and how they are the ones doing all this and starting all these wars. But of course, Keith is in the building. Before we get to continue, Karibu Sana, Mr. Blackwoodfire.
Santi Sana, Joby, how are you today?
I'm okay. Trying.
Okay. Ryan, what's wrong with you? What you trying to do? Act crazy?
I have a cold, so I'm trying. I just feel a little bit weak. Yeah, just a little bit,
right.
a little bit headache on and off, just like yesterday. But
Okay, sound all right. Yeah, had a headache and took my damn song off with your no good ass.
Who, me?
Yeah, said my song was giving you a headache.
Oh yeah, goddamn! I can't. That is. I even remember the artist. Goddamn, LL Cool J. Oh my god.
Right. The song was giving you, song was making your headache worse.
We're not doing it right here. We're just doing it. We're just reading.
All right, doing it. That's right, doing it right.
We're just reading. Bakaribu Sana, we're just getting onto the second conversation of the day, where we were discussing about the UN reporting about 7,000 people being displaced by floods, which have said, of course, personally, understanding that right now they manipulate the weather. Countries affected, we're talking about DRC Congo, which is one of the countries they're highly.
They've been having weather manipulation technology forever. So a lot of stuff that you don't know about is secret. Like with the laser technology they burning down whole cities, and you talk about it, you're supposed to be crazy because that's all hidden technology that these cabal control from behind the scenes, control the world, just like the cloning shit. Yeah. And a video, the cloning shit is real. I'll give you a moron. I don't know that about clone. They cloned a sheep made back in 1980. He said, we're going to stop here. If you think they stopped there 40 years ago and didn't learn how to clone a human, in 40 years, you're stupid. You're a moron. Half these people you see out here are clones. These goddamn politicians, they be damn glitching and shit. like when Hillary Clinton glitched out 8 years ago, 2006, they round her whole head was going all crazy. Glitching out and shit. So it's technology that they keep for themselves that they haven't shared with the rest of the world. And so weather manipulation has been one of it. We don't know how far back they've had that technology. So that the weather manipulation goes like at least half a damn century, at least 50, 60, 70 years ago. So, but since we don't have access to it, he's crazy. He's got no, they know how to make earthquakes, rain, snow, all that shit. Because once you know how to manipulate the ionosphere, which is the atmosphere above us, you can create any kind of weather pattern you want. They've been doing that forever. So,
so I'm saying in the countries like DRC Congo, Sudan, which are right now are facing war because of them, I feel like it's still them, of course, manipulating the weather so that they can cause displacement of the people due to the floods. And they're also trying to mention countries like Chad, Mali, Niger. Mali, Niger, I've not seen any reports, like I was saying earlier, from the countries who right now, of course, control their own information where they're facing floods. So I feel like most of the numbers also right here is them exaggerating, trying to figure ways of how they can bring their fake aid, and figure ways of how they can grab more lands, because the more the aid, there's different ways of how our states, our
Yeah,
countries pay.
the UN was never designed to help anybody. UN was
Exactly.
designed by the same individuals that run the world from behind the scenes. First, they had the
Exactly.
League of Nations that collapsed. Then they created the UN. See, they had the League of Nations, but the League of Nations didn't go through because you still had sovereign countries, and so the kings of these countries did not want any damn League of Nations. That became the UN later, and so they overthrew these kings. You realize after World War One, because the whole thing was to get rid of all these goddamn kings so we have control. Get rid of these kings, the king of Russia, king of Austria-Hungary, king of France was taken over years ago, and all these other kings. I think the two they let stand was the one up in the Netherlands and Britain. They ruled from Britain, in the city of London. So got rid of the king, emperor of China. They wanted to get rid of the emperor of Japan, but Japan said we'll go back to war with you motherfuckers. Even though we lost, we dropped the bomb, we're not gonna get rid of our emperor. So the emperor of Japan is still alive. He's still there. You know, their royalty still allows, is still allowed to exist. Japan said, no, wait, you can get rid of our goddamn king. We're not gonna allow it. So
So
them
yeah,
get
of
rid
course,
of.
understanding that it's the same organization. It's the same organization run and controlled. Charge. It's the same organization run and controlled by the same people. We can see that right now the U.S. Is going to lower the temperatures in the Middle East, and this is information coming from the same.
They're not lowering the temperature. America's a controlled Jewish state,
Of
controlled by
course.
the goddamn cabal. All your all your levels of power controlled by the Jays in America, all of it. So say Jewish, say the Israel, hell, they don't want to control America. And so you have this fake horse race. See, it's a fake horse race. You got two horses, Camilla and Trump, but the owner is the same fucking person. How's it a horse race? Because whoever wins, they win. So you've been having this fake horse race. Woo, who's gonna really win? Who's gonna win the horse race? Well, I own both horses. And so no matter what horse wins, I win.
Exactly. So what is happening
so-
right now? We can see the UN ambassador did say that the US is aiming to turn the temperatures down in the Middle East, and that this is as the fears of an Iran retaliatory attack.
Retaliation, because they let Israel, they're trying to acquire more land. It's called settlement. The white people do. What these people are, I'm just gonna be on the network. Guys, you guys will start being on the network. That's why I built all my shows gonna be on start being on the network. Don't get this over. I'm gonna tape them and put them up there. You see them during the week. That's why I'm gonna be here.
You always say it. You have to do it.
No, I got it now. I got it now because I just must tell the truth. I can't do it on YouTube. So that's why we get blocked. You have a system the planet. You don't see what's going on. Complete control, complete lockdown. That's why they locked that man up in England, which is for a social media post. Gave him 2 years in prison. He's supposed to have freedom of speech in England, which you can't do because they're locking the world down now. You got psychopaths. They want complete control of this planet now. That's what they're forging. Psychopaths. So that's why they want to lock the world down. GMO foods, fucking PACCINEs, the fake ass pandemics. By all AI algorithms, make sure if you talk about anything, your videos will not get seen, or you get your whole channel taken down off of Facebook and YouTube, because they want to construct the narrative and have most morons fighting over left, right. I like Trump, I like Camilla. All these morons think there's a difference. There's no difference. Same shit you got in England, Africa, countries, same old shit. There's no difference. There's no opposition parties.
That's all made up theater. So they're telling me they're gonna turn down in Israel and all that shit. No, because they want Iran. They want to start this goddamn war because their economic scam. Whenever the economic scam starts to fuck up, which is doing now, they take you to war because they don't want to be blamed for the economics collapsing. So they're gonna kill them. But you go to war, you don't know what's going on. Fog of war, you don't know what the fuck is going on. It's a fog of war. You got no clue. People die, people get hurt, people get killed. And so nobody remembers why the war started. Everything's blown up and fucked up. Do this real quick, Joby, real quick. The images of Germany. Images of Germany damage at the end of World War II. I should say all of Europe. All of Europe was fucked up. Now, how at the end of World War II, Europe couldn't feed, house, or clothe itself. How the fuck is that Europe more developed than Africa now? This is 70 years ago. Europe was completely devastated. Couldn't feed, house, or clothe itself because it was completely destroyed. Like Joby showed you in Japan last week. Europe looked all like that. Yeah, completely destroyed. So how is Europe rebuilt? Africa still underdeveloped?
It's crazy.
All of Europe was fucking destroyed. All of it.
They're still enough resources. It's crazy. And you can see how they're trying to gaslight people, of course, through their mainstream media, because they're adding that that is yesterday, one of the UN Security Council in the New York said that the US wanted to deter and defend against any future attack and avoid regional conflict. And they add that there are fears in Iran could retaliate against Israel following the July's assassination of Hamas leader. And that is something Israel has not taken responsibility for. The US President Joe Biden suggested reaching a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas in Gaza could help deter Iran from launching an attack on Israel. And I will
please, how you gonna do that? We talk about America, which is evil, and everybody up there, everybody that you're talking to are both Israeli citizens. The people that run America are citizens of Israel. Your State Department, Anthony Blinken, is an Israeli. He's a Jew. Goddamn, Andrew Mayorkas, Homeland Security, is Israeli. Our Secretary of Treasury is Israeli. Our Chief of Staff in the White House is Israeli. All leading things in America are Israeli. How the fuck are you talking about you gonna make a deal with other countries and you run by Israel? What are you talking about? So you're not supposed to know none of that. How does that happen? How does another country have all complete control of all your fucking institutional power? How does that happen? Make it make sense.
It's crazy, man.
So them talking about they gonna stop. They're worried about now. So American power is not like it was when I was 30 years ago. See, the advance of this small technology, America can't really deploy its Navy and its all that old shit and project power no more. Them days are gone. I can use drones to fuck up your goddamn naval vessels now. Your population, thanks to the Jays, your population is fat, fucked up, neurotic, messed up in the head because you done did 30 years of indoctrination with dumb shit. Turning men into women. Hey, hate to tell you, ain't no fight with the transgenders. You ain't gonna win no war with that. So you done destroyed the country that you thought you built China to replace. See, the one thing you understand, China, they ain't never won no war with nobody. So you take their ass in Africa, but not with the real world. That's real military. That's what you used America for. But you destroyed America in the last 30 years of your fucked up TV, your fucked up music, your gangster culture crap, your fucked up reality TV shit. Their minds are warped. They're fucked up in the head. They can't fight no war. You need strong men to fight wars. Men. The war is brutal. There's no weak ass man talking about that dude that Joey showed that mulatto guy. Hey, Africans. Hey, look at this. You don't like yourself. A man on man crime. You think that motherfucker's gonna fight a war? You think that soft ass bastard's gonna fight a war?
Smacked in the head. Shut the F up and sleep.
That's right. They're gonna run it with his panties down. Talking about, hey, I got my butt cheeks open for you.
No time to run one down. They get beaten very quick, man. And they're always mouthy. Who are you talking to? You're not gonna talk to a man like that. You think you're a woman? You gotta get your act.
Exactly. In wartime, exactly. In wartime, wartime is brutal, Joby. You're gonna get You're gonna get dealt with in war. War is brutal, brutally violent, Joby. Brutally violent. You think I'm gonna listen to a motherfucker talking that shit right there?
No.
You're gonna get hurt. Go ahead.
But as we get to move on to the next one is about some information coming from New Zealand, and this of course sparked my attention also back here at home in the African continent, trying to think about how many more of this, and literally globally, do we have. When you talk about the candies, the sweets, we've seen the baby products, they contain dangerous things.
All kind of poisons.
So the skincare products, they're using the baby foreskins. This is just super insane. Right. So in New Zealand, there was a charity going on, and the police in New Zealand are racing to trace down sweets containing potentially lethal levels of methamphetamine. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, any doctor, whoever, don't judge me. Don't judge my pronunciation. But they're saying this is after they were distributed by the charity in Auckland, and up to 400 people, many have received the sweets from Auckland City Mission as part of the food parcel, said the anti-poverty charity. And this is just so crazy. The sweets were donated anonymously by a member of a public in a sealed retail package and where at least 3 people, including a child, sought medical attention afterwards, though none are currently in the hospital. And they're saying that they did not know the lollies contained methamphetamine.
It's some Latin. All them words are always in Latin. They make them difficult. It's Latin shit.
So they also add that each individual sweet could have a street value of around $601. That is a lot, according to the New Zealand Drug Foundation. And the police...
drugs is poison. It was in the strip, so it's a drug somebody put in there. So that's another thing done on purpose. Listen, family. You know, it's going back to some corporation. They're publicly poisoning us. And the shit they giving us. I was in Africa, I wouldn't be taking nothing.
Anonymously. From what do you mean anonymously when there's a company? We should go back to the company that manufactured this. Trace back the company. Because what do you mean an anonymous person came and just did this not knowing? It goes back to the company that's
an industrial level. So some company that's a whole bunch of done on an industrial level.
Because they actually say that it causes chest pains, racing heart, seizure, hypothermia, delirium, and loss of consciousness, according to the foundation. And also
hypothermia, delirium, it causes you to be fucked up.
It can also elevate your mood. This, according to Google, increase alertness, concentration, and energy in fatigued individuals. It can also reduce appetite, promote weight loss.
Sounds like speed. Yeah, sounds like speed. Something you should go back. Sounds like I wonder if that's the same shit as speed.
And also bleeding in the brain.
Yeah, it sounds like speed. I think that's speed.
I don't know what that is.
That was a nickname for a drug joke. It's the same. I think that's speed. Yeah, instead of calling the name, you call that Latin word and just call it speed.
Okay.
I think that's.
But it's alerting and alarming because I was trying to see how many sweets on Google, trying to see through the term that one, trying to see how many sweets contain this. But of course, Google told me none, but brought me just this story of a few hours ago. And trying to see also not just apart from sweets, maybe candies, because I've seen baby formula products.
It's not gonna tell you. Not gonna tell you about Google. That's it. And Google's now clamping down on all real searches now. So not gonna tell you anything about Google. Google was always understand when Google was created, guys. It was created. That's how they get you to go with it. When the military created Google, not these people they talking about in Stanford, these kids and Facebook, created by the American military. Okay, now the CIA, DARPA, they created it so you'd be addicted to it. So it would take you to certain places on the internet when they was creating the internet. And so everybody would get addicted to it. Now it's locking all the information down because now it's got control. Everybody uses like 90% of search engine traffic goes through Google. And so they make sure they don't take you to real knowledge anymore. It's to now control your reality, control your narrative. So, and even the small search engines like a DuckDuckGo and they own all of them now. So all of them don't take you nowhere.
I went to DuckDuckGo, tried to dig deeper, like nah, bro, you're not getting anything here.
Yeah,
no.
On all the search, and so it's taking you where they want you to go. Doesn't take you to where the actual information is anymore. It made it hard for you to find it. People just say, I don't want Google to teach me. It ain't Google teaching you nothing, moron. It just takes you where you ask it to take you at. It's a search engine. It doesn't accumulate the information. It searches where you ask it to go. But now it's not even taking you where you ask it to go at no more. It's taking you where they want to take you at. They give you some fake information.
But moving on to the next conversation is about South Africa, where
man, who cares?
You don't care anymore because you're just getting mad about them because of the situation currently, of course, going on. Them giving away the country, going back to slavery, and how they're talking. But the rate of unemployment has increased. That was since last year, it was 7 million. Right now, it has been a million increase of jobless people, and this is the current situation right now. Not
what
right
jobs?
now.
What jobs? What jobs are there? So listen, I don't believe nothing ain't right. What jobs have increased? Black people are still in poverty, still fucked up, still backward and stupid in South Africa. They're indoctrinated, they're moronic, they're the worst Africans on the planet. We made a whole idiot class. So what jobs? So what jobs are we talking about?
You didn't just mean that being the worst Africans in the.
They're the worst idiots on the planet. The worst. So,
not all of them, though. We have to say we have
the majority. Not all of them. I can't say all of them. The majority. The majority. Okay. The majority of them are stupid, backward, indoctrinated, and moronic, and are dangerous to other black people. And that's where I truly feel. And I want to smoke. You moronic ass South Africa, you know you better not come on my page. I'm going to break your back. Because most of you stupid. I'm going to hurt your feelings. So, you know, stay away from me.
South Africa's unemployment rate increased by 0.6 percentage points from 32.9% in Q1 2024 to 33.5% in Q2 2024.
It didn't go down. It's worse.
Yeah.
It didn't go down. Okay. I thought it went down. It's even worse.
Yeah, it's getting worse. Like I said, it was 7 million last year. Now it is 8 million.
Okay, it's even worse.
Africa's most industrialized economy has struggled to create jobs.
Most industrialized economy controlled by white people.
Recession.
They got the job.
Recently, the COVID-19
pandemic. Not these niggas and fuck them.
8.4 million people were out of work,
like it. I love it.
From 5.2 million in 2014. The number of employed persons fell by 92,000 to 16.7 million in quarter 2
Can't get a job.
2024. The sectors which saw the most job decreases include trade, agriculture, and
But you're the
construction.
superior Africans. Ain't you the superior Africans on the continent? Why are you all broken, fucked up, and can't get jobs? Wah. Ain't you superior to all other Africans?
Services and utilities added jobs.
Erotic
The
ass
figures are
niggas.
the first to be released since the May elections, which brought in a coalition government which put reviving the ailing economy top of the agenda.
So last year, pardon me, I'm not really feeling so well. My stomach is hurting, my head is hurting. So kindly allow me to just wind up with the camera off. But
You wind up the camera, that's cool, but let me do the talking then.
last year,
You moronic ass South African bastards. You live in your own shit piss. Stay in it. And cry yourself in your own goddamn pillow. You need some hard love right now. You been another African. Y'all broke, y'all poor, y'all fucked up, you're backwards, you're conquered. Good, Joe. We played the video.
last year we saw, of course, there was a strike that was in South Africa, in Kenya, in Tunisia, literally so many African countries, but majorly South Africa. A large number of people did come out. A protest that was led by the Julius Malema, and that is the EFF party. And we also saw in Kenya, the protests were led by the opposition leader Raila Odinga. A couple of people lost their lives, but change has not actually happened, because despite the chant of Cyril Ramaphosa must step down, actually he has come back to being a president. This shows you again also how people also are serious about their demands and the problems they're facing as a people. Because if you really,
they were protesting, Joe, was whether they were protesting because they couldn't decide, Joe, whether to take white. No, okay, let me finish. They were protesting because they were unsure whether to decide whether they would take white dick in their mouth or in their ass.
wow.
That's right.
Meanwhile, as economic woes grow across the African continent, the opposition parties in many countries are tapping into the public discontent, from South Africa in the south to Tunisia in the north, and even Senegal and Kenya. Monday is likely to witness demonstrations in several African countries. In South Africa, the Economic Freedom Fighters, one of the main opposition parties, has called for a national shutdown in South Africa. Thousands are taking part in these demonstrations.
I ain't gonna have a national shutdown when this motherfucker ain't got nothing but 7% of the vote. South Africans don't even back his ass. He get up 7% of the vote. So please, him doing any rallies is absolutely asinine.
Largest party of the country called for protest against the rolling blackouts, increasing unemployment rate, and recent corruption scandals. The party is also calling for President Cyril Ramaphosa to step down. The opposition party said that while the protests have been
got elected by them, I didn't want to step down. Didn't all these Negroes vote for him?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Sound crazy as cat shit.
The people's voice is not loud enough and not intense enough to Cyril Ramaphosa to make him step down.
Because the morons wanted them in there. They wanted the white people in there.
This demonstration was really big. I remember us reporting, of course, keeping you guys updated on what was happening both in South Africa, Kenya, and the rest of the countries that were actually also participating on the same. And this was not really intense enough. And that's why I understand what you're saying. They're not.
There's no big thing. Exactly. Right? South Africans are morons. They're not just a bunch of people out there protesting because they don't support Julius Malema. He got number 7% of any vote. So ideal is gonna be some protests in South Africa. It's not gonna happen. They like white dick in the mouth or in their ass. So that's why you got the homosexual population. That's what they like. So they like it. I love it. Fuck
oh my gosh. What I'm gonna say about South Africans, or to any South African listening to this, from me to you, I'm coming to find my husband. So please listen, okay? What you guys need to do is organize what Kenya. If you can do it the Kenya way, like the rest of the countries are.
They don't want to organize. No. They like white penis in the mouth and the butt. So
listen. For those who do not like the whatever on their mouth, kindly, what you can do is organize, educate.
Y'all be in a South African husband when they have a baby. The South Africans gonna say the mother's Kenyan. How dare you? Have a little pretty girl. Maybe she goes to a beauty contest. They gonna say her mama was Kenyan. Yeah, she's African like you. Same thing. No, Kenyan. How dare you? Take that bitch up out of here. Goddamn daughter out of here.
The baby part, I'm not ready. I'm not even. That is
You're not ready yet. I said when you are ready. I'm saying when you later on, you find your moronic ass South African man, and you have your baby, have a beautiful baby girl. She grows up going to be in a pageant, and the other side can say no, her mother is Kenyan. Yeah, but she was born here in South Africa though, and her father's South Africa. It's like so what? So what?
Me, I just want to be a traveling girlfriend. I'm not ready to be anyone's baby mama. Nah.
we talking about later. We're not talking about now,
Even later, I don't care. Like I'm not ready for
you don't know how you're gonna feel later in 5 years.
Nah, the feeling I have today shall remain forever. That is period. You know, that feeling remains forever. I don't want no kid. No.
Maybe not now. We don't know yet. You're still young.
Maybe I adapt. Maybe I'll take someone from the streets and adapt and make them my own. That would work for me. But not me going to push and screaming and all that labor pain. No, the cramps are already cramped. Imagine a labor pain. Oh my God. No way. Wow, I'm just a girl. Come on. Baron Scott says blessings to the family, and I hope you are feeling better, Joby. I'm trying. Got a cold. Yeah. Shout out to the people in the studio, and shout out to my neighbors as well.
You gotta blame Shimani. You gotta go over there and smack Shimani in the head.
I'm kind of trying to figure out if it's Shimani or Mark, because I feel it's Mark or Shimani. One of them caused me to have this.
Oh, Mark's been in and out. Mark's been over there. I ain't seen Mark in a minute.
It's an outbreak right now. It's been an outbreak. I feel most of the people are having a cold and a flu.
Okay.
That's what I see around.
Other than an outbreak of monkeypox, you good?
Nah. We're good. As we get to wind up to the major conversation of the day, where I pose the question: will the Senegal president survive the courage of the people? Because when you talk about South Africans failing because of not having courage to, scare Ramaphosa for him to step down, the Senegalese actually do have the courage. Yesterday, we saw the Prime Minister, that is Osman Sonko, who went to Mali to have talks with the Juntas in the name of Pan-Africanism.
They told his ass no. Checking that. Like I told them more. I'd have his ass go over there. If I already told him no. Just call me. Don't spend no money. We're not going back to ECOWAS, Negro. They let the white man control us. We know you a puppet. The answer is no. Like I told Demore, what's gonna hurt him? His people are already awake. They gonna get rid of his ass. See, his people are already awake, so they're not gonna be able to play that same African shit you've been playing. I get to stay at 20 years, 30 years. Shit don't happen. You ain't dealing with the same African no more, moron. So you going to them? They're about come back, brothers, and be with the white man. After Ibrahim Traoré just survived another assassination attempt. The fuck are you talking about, Laura?
Again? Oh, wow. They're really trying.
Of course. Of course they're going to try. They don't want you Africans to have no money. Get your own shit back. You get your shit back, you're rich. They poor. Some of this fake-ass money shit they do. It's money printing out of nothing. They're trying to kill his ass Sunday. So, on Monday. Well, it was. I think it's Monday. So, yeah. People, but the people always get some ignorant nigga. Hey, nigga, you want some money? Yeah, white daddy.
I bet that was during the speech, because that was either during that speech because it was in a public place, probably during that speech because I kind of wonder how they'd be able and attempt to get to him, but of course, through many ways. Shout out to John Mosquito, Karibu Sana. I did not say hi to you, Karibu. But what is happening in Senegal, despite Osman Sonko going to Mali? In Senegal itself, we can see that the journalists actually did or are planning a protest, and this is after them saying that there is a target directly and is aimed at curtailing the press freedoms in the West African country. And the television.
See? There you go. There you go. Him starting to do his own stop the press. Like I told you, the president of Senegal is running around America right now, free as a bird, throwing all that money. He in New York, walking around New York, chilling in restaurants. Why he ain't in prison? He all in New York. Yeah, I used to be the president of Senegal, nigga. Chilling in New York, all the fancy hotels and restaurants doing, hey. He's supposed to have been locked the fuck up.
Because he did what he had to do. He stole enough. He did what the master wanted. So
he stole enough. He ain't built the hospital for the French. Took their money and built the hospital in France and shit. Crazy.
But they're saying that television screens went blank. That was on the main TV, which I won't mention lots of them. And they're saying that the move comes as tension has been rising between the media organizations and the government, triggering international concerns over press freedom in one African.
International, because you got press freedom nowhere in the world. It's always over international concern. No, concern that you're not doing the white man's bidding. What was that same ass fake term? International concern. Because you don't got freedom in fucking in these international places. You don't got freedom in America. Don't got freedom in New England or France. What international concerns about freedom of what press? There's no freedom of any press anywhere.
Yep.
They tell you, oh yeah, you got freedom, but only to a certain extent. Then I don't got freedom of speech. Then I can't say what the fuck I want to say. I don't got freedom of speech. And like you just seen, they locked up the guy in England for saying that the Muslims are there raping women, which they do. These Muslims do rape women. Their culture, because they wear all them goopy ass. I like somebody call that shit a beekeeper suit. Them goopy hijabs. Somebody called that shit a beekeeper suit. So they're sexually repressed. So when they get to the West, they're like, that's why you see all these goddamn Muslim motherfuckers always on these porn sites. Because they all be jerking off all damn day. Because their religion is fucked up and backward and stupid. Told you sex is evil and wicked because I lie. All this old dumb shit. So they're always sexually repressed. That's why you find always rape in the damn Islamic culture. Raping women. That's why women gotta wear all that crazy outfits and shit. Be in a beekeeper's outfit, that hijab, cover their face and all that obito shit. Because these men rape women all the time.
Well,
so him telling the truth, hey, these Muslim motherfuckers rape women. Oh, because the Jays want them in there so they can start destabilize the country. So they got the man say, oh, you wrote that on your social media post? Yeah, motherfucker, that's a fact. Those statistics are real. These Muslims coming into Europe are raping women. That's a fact. You're not supposed to say that because that's what the Jays want to bring in there to destabilize the countries and mix them all up. I'm all fucked up. It don't work as a country. So, them saying that on a social post, I don't know if it was on Facebook, Twitter, they gave this man 2 years in prison for saying the truth, the obvious. Freedom of speech. That's a hurtful quote. Hurtful? Yeah. How is truth to us not?
But as we wind up, we know that it's true. We have no freedom of, because if we did, we would see YouTube allowing us, of course, our numbers not reducing. Exactly. Our subscription should not be stuck, but increasing.
Yeah, you know, it's stuck. It's stuck. Now our videos go backwards. Then you get some accounts go backwards on our videos. How's that possible? That's a free. That's a private company. Yeah. You don't got freedom of speech on a private company, Joe. That's their company. They can.
Our Facebook should have.
All right, that's gone.
We should have a lot of things running. We've lost so many videos, so many important information because of channels being taken down and shows.
Lost everything. You got that? Got that right. So some of the freedom of speech. So, yeah. So the mosquitoes over there, you know them Allah motherfuckers over there raping women, walking around with their penises out. Hey, they couldn't do it over in them Arabic countries and shit. And also, they also like to rape little boys too. Yeah, that's another thing you don't know. I know that. Being in fucking Iraq and Afghanistan. And I can put that, I think I told me put that like 3 years ago. About them raping them boys. American military tried to stop the damn Afghani men from raping the boys. Because that was their culture. Raping boys. Say, hey man, you can't be raping the boys. But when I'm supposed to put my dick in at night. That's what the motherfucker said. That's a direct quote. When am I supposed to put my dick in at night? You like, what? And you got these motherfuckers now invading your country, this barbaric ass, fucking backward ass culture? When am I supposed to put my dick in at night? Put your dick in an oven, you no good bastard. What the fuck are you talking about?
But anyway, family, we'll wrap it up there with today's conversation. Come back and catch up with Iwata on her show. Let's pop, see what she's discussing. And of course, see us later also on the Tubonge show and on the Africa Today show. Have yourself a beautiful day, morning, whatever you're
on Today show. And much love, family. Don't put your dick in the oven either.
Put it in the oven. That's what he said. Shout out to
don't put your dick in the oven. It might be bad for your health. You might get your foreskin. Burnt out, and then jump and put it on her face in a cream.
Nah, I don't do that. Much love. God damn. I don't do that right here. We don't do it. We don't do it right. We don't do it right like that.
You got your face cream. Yeah.
We don't do it right like that. We don't do it right like that. No way. Yes, Jibba, you came in late to catch up the show on a replay. Yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who has been with us. Byron Scott, K. Williams, John Mosquito, and to all.
But now when you guys miss the shows on during the week, every week Friday I'm gonna go home and put the new shows up on the network. So you guys will have the new shows to watch. The ones you didn't see, just go to the network and watch them. Mm-hmm. There were shows you didn't see.
On the TV, that is what's
on the TV. Yeah.